As filmmakers, we can all appreciate the look and feel that anamorphic video creates. However, to get something similar to this look without actually using anamorphic lenses, filmmakers just tend to crop the top and the bottom part of their 16:9 footage to give them that nice, lovely cinematic aspect ratio of 2.35:1. Now, one of the downsides of doing this is that 25% of the image that we captured in camera has now been wasted. And that brings me to this. It's the SLR Magic Anamorphot adapter. It's the 1.33x-50 version for full frame cameras. An adapter being the key word, it attaches to the front of your lens and it increases the field of view by 33%. So we're getting 33% wider field of view captured on your 16:9 sensor in camera, giving you that wide cinematic aspect ratio 2.35:1 without actually compromising the vertical resolution. Now on your camera this will appear squished on the back because it's got a wider field of view, so when you get into post all you need to do is tell your editing software that this is anamorphic footage. It attaches to the front of your lens by simply screwing on the thread, and to set it up you need to line it up so that the longest points of the oval are on the vertical axis. And the easiest way of doing this is by shining a bright light into the front of the lens and making sure that the horizontal lens flares are level. Once you're set up, you're ready to go out and shoot. So I had a chance to go out and film. Let's have a look at how the footage looks. As it's an adapter, the focusing distance really depends on your taking lens. You use the focus ring on your lens as you would do normally, whilst you have the Anamorphat in one of two focusing modes, normal or near, or somewhere in between as it's a variable selector, which means you have two focusing rings to manage. So for my brief experience of shooting with it, I wouldn't recommend the adapter for running good situations. It's just too much to manage on a moving subject that you don't have much control over. SLR Magic state that when using Anamorphat in its normal focusing mode, the lenses should be able to focus from approximately 3 to 4 meters to infinity. And when using the Anamorphat in the near focusing mode, I was able to get focus on subjects that were just over 1 meter away, nothing closer. If you want to focus on subjects that are closer, then you will need to use an additional achromatic diopter. As you can see, this adapter creates the unique artifacts of horizontal lens flares and elongated bokeh, which are characteristics native to shooting with anamorphic lenses. It's not something that you're going to get by just letterboxing your standard 16:9 footage. SLR Magic recommend focal length ranges and maximum aperture values to use depending on your camera sensor size. For the full frame sensor I'm using in the A7S, its focal lengths between 40 and 85mm, and a maximum aperture of f4. You can see the recommendations for other sensor sizes on screen now. The SLR Magic Anamorphic Adapter brings anamorphic shooting capabilities to filmmakers who don't want to invest in heaps of new glass. And for just under £1,000 for the full frame version, it's pretty good value for what you actually get. SLR Magic also do a 2x version should you want to go even wider, and they also do a crop sensor version. It's the 40 for cameras such as the GH5 here on the end. For more information, check out wex.co.uk.